Greetings Internet and welcome to Aaron Plays, and I hope you're doing fantastically well. This will be turn 9 of my Normandy campaign's second mission playthrough. And wow, did we have some excitement in turn 8 with the German counterattack beginning. And this is a slight recap what's going on. We have a German ambush that occurred here with a LMG, was it HMG? Remember, HMG appearing in my rear. Second platoon, ostensibly my reserve, is getting hammered. Now, I have made a few, right mistakes. When I was breaking down the squads here, I should have been putting fire teams rather than assault teams. So I'm going to be changing all these to assault teams, to fire teams. Okay, so we've changed those. I think the little teams and such will stay as they are. And poor Mr. Paralysed there and such forth. So this is big problem number 1. We've got to deal with this. We've got a machine gun out of ammo. We don't really want to fire into there. And we really only got one combat effective. Even the company sergeant, he's on his fire team side. So yeah, a lot to think about on that particular one. But we'll wait till we get there. And therefore the Germans are on offensive on their, what do you call it? Well, we work out what they're doing. Enemy offensive activity check hierarchy rather than the defensive hierarchy check. And this will be in effect for the remaining 2 turns. Doing turn 9, turn 10, it's over. So the big question I was asking, can I really push to take the objective 1 and objective 2? Well, the answer is not really, because I've got to deal with this, and that's probably going to take up quite a lot of my commands. So we'll see how we go. But it's, I mean, I could advance on here, but they'll be under a general initiative. No. So it looks like we'll be going into a reattempt. But yeah, okay. If you could like the video, that'd be much appreciated. And let's get on with the turn. So first off then we have friendly hire HQ. Do they get involved? They don't. There's no radio symbol there. Battalion HQ activates company HQ. There it is. Flip that. Boom. CO HQ base. See how many commands he gets. He gets 4. Where is he? He's on here. He's not under cover. He's not under a volume of fire. So he's okay there. So he gives me 4 commands. Well, we definitely need to... Wait a minute. Our second platoon's not there, is it? No, he got made into a litter team. Where is he? What do I do with his counter? Sit down. There he is. Right. So that means second platoon on here isn't there at the present moment. We'd have to reconstitute him. So we've got 3rd, 1st, company sergeant. Well, we need to activate both of those. Company sergeant's currently pinned on that card, but that's a good question. Very good question. So, what happened here? He went down to a litter team. We have to determine what happened to his radio. Sorry, telephone. 50-50. On a 1, it's okay. It's okay. So the little team currently has... is that it? That's the mortar. Artillery. Yeah, we've lost our mortar and we've lost our artillery. It's all going down, man. So we'll put that on there. Because maybe the sergeant can get it. Alright. So we can't obviously, so sergeant, he's pinned and he's green and he's on his fire team side. No, right. So what can the company HQ do himself? Okay. He is going to order, this is the risk, directly 3AT to fire a rocket grenade in that foxhole. So this also needs to change because no, it's not. He's under assault fire. I'm on, yeah, so that is correct. That is still firing into it. So throwing a grenade or firing a grenade into that foxhole from a company commander himself, or ordering it himself. So it's draw 2 cards. Hopefully get the grenade symbol. 1, come on, no. Okay, so he's still fired, but that puts a grenade miss into that card, which isn't too good. Where's the rockets? I always thought there is. Right, so that's now down to 2. Starts with 3, just fired 1. That's 2. Okay. So that, as I say, that puts a grenade miss somewhere on this card, which will affect everybody. So let's stick it there. Everyone's nose is down in the dirt. Right, so that leaves my company commander with 1 order, which I'll say. Okay, so we're now into Platoon HQ, Staff Impulse. Okay. Right, so we'll start with first platoon. He gets 5. Okay, where is first platoon? HQ is actually under cover. So +1 is 6. +1 is 6. Okay. Right, now, one advantage, or one thing that counts here, is most of these lats are no longer first, get right there, are no longer second platoon. So first platoon HQ could actually move over there and start telling them to get off that, get out of there. So he could try and infiltrate into that area and then try and pull everybody out. Because looking at the sequence of play, pinned units, when can pinned units retreat? No, there's no actual, there's a retreat segment, retreat any unpinned paralyzed team, retreat any unpinned, but actual pinned themselves, there's no phase for actually retreating them. So how many pinned dudes do we have on there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe I should have activated the sergeant. Where's Platoon? He could come down and help out here as well. Okay. So first Platoon HQ is going to try infiltrate onto this card. Draw card. That's 2. We're looking for that little infantry symbol. Oh, now I get the grenade. And I don't get the infiltrate. Okay. So he's now exposed on there. So I'm going to put in too much. Okay. So right. Where I'm going to retreat them to the best cover we have, which is here. Now, LATs, what are their restrictions? Pinned. Reduce to pinned. Attempt to seek cover. Move within card. Move to adjacent card, but only if that card is a staging area or is friendly occupied and has no volume of fire on it. Ah, that's interesting. Friendly occupied. Okay. Better move then would be to here then, because that is friendly occupied, whereas currently the village is not. Okay. Whereas things like fire teams move to an adjacent card, but only if that card is a staging area or is friendly occupied. So the friendly occupied seems to be a thing. So we could retreat them to the farm and the foxhole, couldn't we? Let's do that then. Okay. Let's get the litter teams out first and the paralyzed. Okay, so he's got 6 orders. He's just spent 1 to move himself, so he's got 5 left. So actually, just had another thought. I could move them up to here, where the 3rd platoon commander is already waiting for them. Doesn't say you can't move towards the enemy, does it? It just says you've got to be friendly occupied and or staging area. So, okay. Let's do that then. Because then when we activate 3rd platoon HQ, he can actually do some work on them. Right. Okay. So, moving the litter team to there. Takes you down to 4. Move the paralysed team to there. I'm just going to stack them on top of each other at the present moment. Takes you down to 3. Right, so we've got 1, 2, 3. That's himself. Moving this litter team. Takes you down to 2. Okay. One fire team off. Leaves me with 1. Now, what might be useful is if we can get this guy, who is in good condition, to throw a grenade in there. So you can get one of these, because we might not get an initiative. We might not get an initiative. We might, but we might not. So, he'll attempt to throw a grenade into this guy with my last command from First Platoon HQ. Wait for grenade symbol? No. And darn it. It's so frustrating. So frustrating. Okay. So that's that. That's First Platoon. Everything used. Okay, Third Platoon. Right. So we want some good one here, please. Obviously, it didn't get the memo, did it? 2. I should have maybe quantified that all these guys moved into the best cover they could, which is the building here. All these guys are in that building. With, the only one who's not in the building is the 50 cal. Okay, so going back on that. So we got 2. He's undercover. That is 3. Okay, 1. So he's got 4. Okay. Got 4. Right. There's no volume of fire onto here, so he's got 4. So first off, there's no volume of fire, so I can remove the pinned. But the pin is going to come off them anyway, and I can't recover them forward from the pin status. Sorry, I can't recover them from paralyzed or litter team until the pin is removed. So, do I wait? I know the reason why I advanced, and I just thought, well, no, you might as well start. Is there anything else I need him to do? That's firing in there. I'm happy with that. They're firing in there. I'm happy with that. Yeah, okay. Okay, so I'm generally happy with what we've got going on there. Maybe save the 4 for next turn when we can do some, hopefully, big turn rallying. So we're saving it. Okay. First Sergeant gets 1. And he saves his 1. Right. Okay. It is general impulse, but nothing else. Draw a card. I got 2. Okay. 2's not too shabby. I wonder, do I get a second mist grenade on there? Do mist grenades multiply? Maybe I should check that out. No. No. Right, so general initiative. Do we try and fire another grenade on him? I'll tell you what. Under general initiative, I can still move one of these guys off. Which of... Or he can throw a grenade. Let's try that. Definitely want to get a grenade on that heavy machine gun. Okay, so the assault team's throwing a grenade. One. Have they forgotten where they are? Okay. So he's done. So I've got one left. We've got heavy volume of fire on here. We don't really need more than that. Okay. We'll try him again because it's a different impulse to fire a grenade in that foxhole. No. Fine. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. You can tell it's getting late in the afternoon or wherever this is. They just run out of ammo, they're running out of motivation, they're running out of will. It's not looking good, but that's over to the Germans. Enemy HQ event phase. At least they didn't get another HQ event. Right, enemy activity check segment. Okay. Right. What we still got going on up here? So, no Germans on this row. No. Okay, so we've got to check what's happening here. And I think enemy activity check there. Okay, is that it? No mortar spotter's pinned, isn't he? Yes. Okay, right. So, card 1 is the one with the mortar spotters. It's card 2. So there's Mr. Heavy Machine Gun. Mr. I bounce grenades around. Not dodge them. We just don't have them. We just don't have them. Okay. So we are now under the attack hierarchy, aren't we? This is the first time I've used this. Enemy offensive activity. Oh, he's pinned. I don't use it. No, it's just a normal pin status. He's pinned. Okay, so let's where is he? Little pin card, there we go. Right. Pinned on same card as opposing unit and not on he is undercover. Pinned on same card as opposing unit and undercover. There's 1 to 5 actions because no leader. 1 to 2 no action, 3 rally, 4 to 5 fall back. That will be an interesting one. He does option 3, which is attempt to rally, wasn't it? Rally. 3, rally. Okay, so let's see if he rallies. Oh, shit does. So I can't throw grenades and he gets the word he needs. Right, okay, so that comes off. And that means immediately that that's no longer, well, it's now -1, isn't it? State, because he's now given automatic fire. Oh, this could be messy. Okay, that just leaves one other German card, which is up here. So we've got the pinned mortar and the litter team. One, it's the litter team, I suppose. 2, we're doing the mortar first. So we're checking for pinned dude, undercover. Pinned, undercover, 1 to 4. 1 to 2, no action, 3 rally, 4 fall back. Okay, 4, 3, attempt to rally, wasn't it? Memory. 3 was rally. Everything's going well for them, the Germans, on this turn, isn't it? He rallies. Okay, so I'm assuming that means he doesn't bring artillery in this turn, because that would have been his mission. So this guy, the litter team, who's pinned, he'll be under the same conditions, won't he? So 1 to 4. And he does option 1, which was pinned on a cover. Option 1, no action. Okay. So he remains pinned. So he's no longer pinned. And they're all under these foxholes. Okay. So that's that done. That's that done. The next turn, if I can't do anything about him, he'll be bringing in some more artillery. Okay, so clear enemy activity checks. Okay. Right. Mutual capture and retreat phase. Capture any paralysed or litter team alone on a card. No, that doesn't apply. If the side does not take prisoners, convert capture. No, that's right. Enemy casualties on occupied cards. No, none of that applies. Right, retreat segment. Check for retreat any unpinned paralysed teams under a volume of fire marker. Unpinned, no, none of that applies either. Anti-tank combat. None. Right, fire missions update. There is none. Potential contacts, we haven't moved into any. Pinned recovery segment. Right. Okay. So this is to be recovered here. Remove pin markers for any vehicle or infantry units that are not under a volume of fire marker, which these are not. Right, there we go. Have your stuff back. Okay. What now? Because these are under a volume of fire marker, so they can't recover. He's under a volume of fire marker, he can't recover. That's gone. So that's it. I don't think I missed anything more there. No. Right. Next up then is the combat results effects step. All right, we're going to start up. We always go closest to the Germans' board edge. So on here we have what's going on. We have a crossfire. Yes, we still have the heavy weapons. That's the 50 cal. So yes, so it's -3, -4. Okay. +2, +3. So it's -1 on the spotter, 0 on the litter team. -1 on the spotter. So do that one first. -1 on the spotter. He is hit. Effect on the hit. He's a line unit. He's paralysed. Don't have to worry about artillery. Excellent. Okay, he's paralysed. The litter team, he's on 0. He's also hit. And he's a casualty. I know he's green. He's paralysed. Okay. So, move that away for the moment. So he's gone. Can we go a lap roll? Pull a lap for him as well. Okay, so that becomes that was a state. He's paralysed and he's paralysed. So we might be able to capture those dudes. And they're all under the foxhole. They're all pinned and unhappy. Right, and that's gone on. I'll look at that later. Okay, my 50 cal fired there, so I'll just mark his ammo now while I'm thinking about it. 3 becomes 2. Right. Moving to here. Okay, this is awful. Absolutely awful. Because him rallying was the worst possible thing that could happen. But there's no point crying. I'm going to resolve the effects on me first. So, -1 for the automatic weapon fire. +1 for the marsh itself. So that's it. So it's 0. Okay, so we'll start in the top. 0 and 0 for the machine gun and the anti-tank weapon. Machine gun, 0 is a hit, of course. And he's a casualty. Okay. Gone with the wind. Again, I'll sort these out later. Right, so 0 on the anti-tank weapon is a pin. Okay. Right, next row. Let's put these in lines. Did I forget the grenade missed? Wait a minute. -1, +1. I did. No effect on him. I got a pin result. -1 is still pinned. Sorry, I forgot the mine. The misgrenade. Right in the middle of the card. How did I missed it? I had no idea. Right. So there's no change so far. So let's recalculate. -1 +1 is 0. +1 -1 again is 0. So 3 lots of zeros on this row. 3 lots of zeros from left to right. Draw a card. 0. Pinned. First one's pinned. Second one is a miss. Third one is a miss. Right. So he remains pinned. They've come off. Right. On this guy. So +1 -1 cancel. -1 for the miss grenade. He's just pinned. Okay. And now the biggie. -1, -2, -3, -4, -3 for the marsh. Eek. You jammy. Well, I suppose I deserve that after him bloody rallying. I honestly do. At the present moment, First Lieutenant on 1st Platoon is raising his middle finger and screaming a big F you at that German. Right. Back at him. Okay. -1, -2, miss grenade, +1, +2. So it's 0. -1, -2, +1, +2. 0. Missed him. Darn it. He got away with it. Okay, I think that, oh, right, so we need to consume his ammo. Where's the state? Yeah, so he's gone down to 6. So, the main issue there was to solve that problem. Did I solve that problem? No. But we're not in such a bad state as we were at the beginning of the turn, is another way of looking at it. Okay. Let's do a reset. I think we've done the ammos that we needed to. There's nothing being thrown off there. No. Okay, so clean up. Right. Situation, volumes and fire here. Okay, so this has now become small arms because the guy that was doing an assault fire into there no longer is. So that's now become small arms. He's still pumping out the lead. Okay. Here, that's still in effect. So that's it. And that should be, yeah, ready to do turn 10. Which will be in the next video. Okay. Well, that German appearing out of blinking nowhere, probably with little clumps of grass stuck to his helmet, is really causing me issues. Yeah, we're going to have to send someone fresh on there and try and get a grenade. We've tried, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 times to lob a grenade at him. And he just shrugged it off. Then rallies, then takes out a few of my guys. But, as I say, the situation's better than it was last time. Not sure how, if this ends with him in that area, how that's going to affect the setup. Does that mean I'm going to be way back here? I have no idea. So we've cleared these. I think we'll try and come in here and take those guys. So we can say we cleared that row. That is leaving a contact B to be resolved, but we'll just have to wait and see. But I should imagine for the third mission, if we all get there, I'll be quite weak. A lot of green guys at the present moment. All to be resolved in turn 10, with no doubt. So, if you hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already and you enjoy what I do. Any comments, always appreciated. But until next time, play games, have fun, and watch out for German heavy machine guns. They're gits.